the legend of the Wendigo traces back to Algonquian-speaking tribes, with tales of a malevolent, supernatural being stalking the frozen wilderness. As old as the whispering winds of North America, these stories speak of a creature born from the depths of winter and famine, a chilling embodiment of insatiable hunger and greed. The Wendigo or Windigo is often depicted as a monstrous skeletal figure towering over the tallest trees, its heart as cold as the ice it walks upon. Its eyes burn with a haunting glow, and antlers sprout from its head, giving it an eerie, beast-like appearance. In some tales, it is said to have a stench of decay and death, a grim reminder of its gruesome appetite. This creature is not just a random beast, rather it's a symbol of taboo, a dire warning against the perils of selfishness and cannibalism. In times of harsh winters and scarcity, the legend of the Wendigo served as a stark reminder of the importance of community and sharing resources. It was believed that those who succumbed to their basest instincts and committed the unthinkable act of consuming human flesh would be transformed into a Wendigo, cursed to wander the wilderness, forever hunting for their next meal. While the Wendigo is a common figure in the folklore of various tribes such as the Ojibwe, Cree, and Innu, the description of this creature varies. Some tales describe it as a spirit that possesses humans, driving them to madness and cannibalism. Others depict it as a physical being, a giant with a heart of ice. Despite these variations, the central theme remains the same. The Wendigo is a symbol of greed, excess, and the violation of taboos. From the heart of the ancient forests to the pages of modern literature, the Wendigo continues to captivate our imagination, embodying our deepest fears and reminding us of the dark side of human nature. But is this creature merely a figment of imagination or something more? Interestingly, the Wendigo legend transcends folklore into the realm of psychology. In fact, the story of the Wendigo has become so deeply ingrained in certain cultures that it has given rise to a unique psychological condition known as Wendigo psychosis. Wendigo psychosis is a term coined by psychiatrists to describe a culture-bound syndrome primarily reported among Algonquian-speaking tribes. This psychological phenomenon is marked by intense cravings for human flesh, even when other food sources are readily available. Those afflicted are said to exhibit symptoms of anxiety, restlessness, and a terrifying fear of becoming a Wendigo. The first documented case of Wendigo psychosis dates back to the late 17th century. A Jesuit missionary in modern-day Canada reported an indigenous individual who, after a severe bout of famine, developed an insatiable desire for human meat. The individual was terrified, believing that he was turning into a Wendigo. Over the centuries, there have been multiple recorded instances of this phenomenon, fueling debates among psychologists and anthropologists. Some argue that Wendigo psychosis is a form of cultural expression, a manifestation of societal fears regarding taboo behaviors such as cannibalism. Others view it as a genuine psychological illness, triggered by extreme conditions such as isolation and scarcity of food. What's fascinating is how the Wendigo legend and Wendigo psychosis are intertwined. The fear of becoming a Wendigo has been so powerful in some cases that it has driven individuals to drastic actions, including self-isolation and even suicide, to avoid succumbing to their perceived monstrous transformation. To this day, the concept of Wendigo psychosis remains a topic of intense debate and study. It serves as a testament to the power of cultural narratives and their impact on the human psyche. The Wendigo, a creature of myth and legend, has managed to leave its mark not only in the tales of the ancients, but also in the annals of psychological discourse. Could this be a mere psychological manifestation or an echo of a real ancient curse? The enigma of the Wendigo continues to perplex, frighten, and fascinate us, blurring the lines between folklore, psychology, and the chilling realm of the unknown. Our journey takes us to chilling accounts of real-life encounters with the Wendigo. The vast wilderness of North America has been a fertile ground for such tales, with many reporting uncanny experiences that they can't quite explain. Take, for instance, the chilling account from the late 19th century. A group of fur trappers in the northern reaches of Canada reported a gaunt figure stalking their camp during the harsh winter months. They spoke of a creature that was not quite human, with glowing eyes and an eerie howl that echoed through the frozen landscape. They claimed it was the Wendigo, leaving them in a state of constant fear and dread. Fast forward a few decades, And we find another tale. This time, it's from a seasoned hunter in the remote forests of Minnesota. He reported being watched and followed by a creature that moved silently through the trees, its eyes glowing in the moonlight. The hunter, a rational man by his own account, couldn't shake off the feeling of being hunted himself. He was convinced it was the Wendigo, the ancient predator of the wild. Then there's the case of a missing hiker in the Appalachian Trail in the late 20th century. Despite extensive search and rescue efforts, no trace of the hiker was found. Locals whispered about the Wendigo, its appetite for human flesh, and how it leaves no trace of its victims. These accounts, while varied, share common elements: the feeling of being watched, the sense of an unnatural presence, and the fear that seizes those who believe they have encountered the Wendigo. While skeptics may dismiss these as mere figments of overactive imaginations, fueled by local folklore, those who've experienced it maintain a different stance. Is there a darker reality behind these stories, or are they the result of vivid imaginations? As we delve deeper into the enigma of the Wendigo, the line between myth and reality becomes increasingly blurred, leaving us in a chilling world of uncertainty. The Wendigo has also clawed its way into modern pop culture, featuring prominently in literature, movies, and video games. Its haunting visage and chilling mythology have made it a favorite among creators looking to evoke fear and fascination in equal measure. In the realm of literature, Algernon Blackwood's 1910 story, The Wendigo, is perhaps one of the earliest and most notable references. This work of fiction painted the Wendigo as a symbol of the wilderness's terrifying, overwhelming force. Stephen King, another master of horror, used the Wendigo as a metaphor for insatiable greed and hunger in his novel Pet Sematary. Moving on to the silver screen, the Wendigo has been the central antagonist in various horror films. Its portrayal often oscillates between a literal, monstrous creature and a more metaphorical embodiment of human fears and vices. For instance, in the film Ravenous, the Wendigo is used to represent the destructive force of man's hunger, both literal and metaphorical. In the world of gaming, the Wendigo has found a prominent place as well. Games like Until Dawn and Fallout 76 feature the Wendigo as a formidable adversary, adding an extra layer of terror to the gaming experience. Its depiction again varies, ranging from a grotesque, flesh-eating monster to a more spectral and psychological terror. Even in comic books, the Wendigo has made its mark. Marvel Comics introduced a character named Wendigo, a monstrous creature born when a human resorts to cannibalism in the Canadian wilderness, further cementing its place in popular culture. These modern portrayals have certainly shaped the public's perception of this creature, often amplifying its more horrific aspects for dramatic effect. However, it's worth noting that these interpretations may not always align perfectly with the original folklore. As the Wendigo is adapted and reimagined across different media, certain nuances of the ancient tales may be lost or altered. But how much of these depictions align with the ancient tales, and what might be lost in translation? As we peel back the layers of the Wendigo mystery, one question lingers. Is this creature of the shadows merely a cautionary tale spun by indigenous tribes to keep their people away from the perils of the unforgiving wilderness? Or is it a psychological manifestation of a deep-seated fear, an echo of a time when survival was a daily struggle and the prospect of resorting to cannibalism was a terrifying reality? Could the Wendigo be a symbol of the destructive power of greed and gluttony, a warning against the dangers of overconsumption? Or perhaps it's a reflection of our own human capacity for monstrosity, a chilling reminder that beneath the veneer of civilization lurks a beast capable of unspeakable horrors. But what if it's more than that? What if the Wendigo isn't just a myth, a psychological syndrome, or a cultural symbol? What if it's something that truly roams the shadows of our world, an ancient being born of darkness and cold, forever hungry, forever hunting? The Wendigo has haunted our nightmares for centuries, becoming a part of our collective consciousness. Its presence pervades our stories, our art, our culture, seeping into the very fabric of our society. And yet, despite our fascination, we know so little about it. The Wendigo remains an enigma, a creature of the shadows, lurking just beyond the edge of our understanding. As we delve deeper into the heart of this mystery, we're forced to confront our own beliefs. to question the boundaries of our knowledge. Could the Wendigo truly exist, hidden in the vast, untamed wilderness, its haunting howl echoing through the trees? Or is it merely a figment of our imagination, a terrifying spectre conjured by our primal fears? Join us as we embark on a journey into the heart of darkness, where the line between myth and reality blurs, and the Wendigo's ominous presence casts a chilling shadow over our understanding of the unknown. Thank you for joining us on this bone-chilling expedition into the enigmatic world of the Wendigo. We've journeyed through the icy wilderness of folklore, explored the chilling corridors of psychology, and navigated the shadowy realms of real-life encounters. We've seen the Wendigo's skeletal figure claw its way into our popular culture, its haunting presence a testament to our enduring fascination with the unknown. The Wendigo, a creature of legend, a psychological phenomenon, or an actual entity lurking in the shadows, continues to baffle us. Its origins in the Algonquian-speaking tribe's folklore are as chilling as they are captivating. Its manifestation as an insatiable hunger for human flesh in the form of Wendigo psychosis adds a layer of intriguing complexity to this enigma. The tales of real-life encounters, as eerie and unsettling as they may be, only add to the mystique surrounding this creature. The Wendigo's presence in our books, movies, and video games reminds us of the timeless allure of ancient tales and the fear of the unknown they instill in us. As we peel back the layers of the Wendigo mystery, we're left with more questions than answers. Is it merely a cautionary tale warning us against greed and isolation? A cultural-bound syndrome reflecting our darkest fears? Or could there be a kernel of truth to the tales of a monstrous entity lurking in the wilderness? The enigma of the Wendigo is a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond the realm of our understanding. It beckons us to question, to explore, to delve deeper into the shadows of the unknown. The Wendigo story, whether born of ancient lore or reality, will continue to haunt our collective consciousness, a chilling whisper in the silent, snowy wilderness. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and never let the shadows consume you.